Welcome back. Greg told us that he has met a few people who have similar ideas like him. In fact, that speaks volumes. To discuss at what level they vibe, please welcome a man who, as Greg puts it, is an articulate human being who also is a writer, an actor, and a filmmaker. No, and he's not a convict. Please welcome Rahul Bose. Welcome to the show, Rahul.
Thank you.
Rahul, आप ग्रेग को जानते कैसे हैं?
एक्चुअली मैं तरुण तेजपाल का जो किताब है द अल्केमी ऑफ डिज़ायर उसके रीडिंग पे तरुण ने मुझे बुलाया था रीडिंग करने के लिए तरुण के साथ उनके साथ और ऑडियंस में ग्रेग बैठा था तो तरुण ने मुझे बताया कि दैट्स ग्रेग रॉबर्ट्स एंड यू शुड मीट हिम तो मैंने कहा ज़रूर एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम I'd love to meet him because I've heard he's written a very interesting book which I hadn't started at that time. उस वक्त I think I saw you and I think you might have seen, did we say hi or I knew you were in the audience, you were far away at the back near the aisle.
Yeah, it wasn't my event. I was asked to be there so I went to lend support, but it wasn't my event, so I stayed discreetly at the back, but I watched everything. And he read from the book so beautifully, it was just breathtaking. It was astoundingly good.
और उसके बाद अनिल धारकर ने मुझे बुलाया कि देखो मेरा एक किताब है मैंने लिखा है and will you come and read from it and there are others also reading from it so I said who he said Kittu Gidwani and Greg Roberts. That's when we actually sat next to each other when Anil's reading was going on and then we got chatting and we just I think there was a you know instant connection.
उनका सफर जो है बहुत ही रंगीन रह चुका है. What do you think of his journey?
I was telling a friend of mine yesterday. I said, you have to meet this guy, Greg Roberts, because apart from having written what I believe is a remarkable book, and I'm still in the initial stages of it, I said, this man has packed 10 lives into this lifetime, that it could either screw you up for life, or it can purify you into becoming a simpler, more loving, chastened, I think just simpler to love, because you've seen so much. अब क्या करना है कहाँ जाना है
ग्रेग आपका जन्म मुंबई शहर में नहीं हुआ है लेकिन फिर भी it's almost like the city has adopted you and you seem to have adopted the city. Do you think that Mumbai has given you a new lease of life?
Many. I said before that Bombay City is one of those places that will not let you go under. It will keep giving you chances and holding you up and holding you up. And it'll keep doing that for you again and again. And it gave me many chances.
राहुल आपने कहा है लिखा है एक किताब में कि आपका रिलेशनशिप जो है इस शहर के साथ it's a conflicted one. Why do you feel that way?
मैं समझता हूँ कि बहुत आसान है जब लोग कहते हैं oh I love Bombay, I love Shanghai, you know God New York, but I mean आपको ये देखना है कि कितने बॉम्बेज हैं बॉम्बे के अंदर. मेरा बॉम्बे इतना छोटा सा बॉम्बे है जिसे मैं प्रेम करता हूँ चाहे वो एक ग्राउंड हो 400 मीटर्स बाय 400 मीटर्स इन साउथ बॉम्बे जहाँ पे मैं रग्बी और क्रिकेट खेलता हूँ या 2 सिनेमा हॉल हो या 3 रेस्टोरेंट हो या मरीन ड्राइव का एक 6 किलोमीटर का एक रास्ता. अब दिस इज़ नॉट द होल ऑफ बॉम्बे सो आई थिंक दैट द बॉम्बे दैट आई लाइक इज़ माई बॉम्बे but I cannot turn on and embrace the whole of Bombay.
Can any person say that about their city then? Because I mean, not every person experiences all of their city anyway.
In that case, they should be conflicted about their city because if you ask me, कि मेरे विचार क्या हैं एक शहर में जहाँ पे 8 million people के घर नहीं हैं 16 में से, ये एक ऐसा शहर है जहाँ पे वेजिटेरियंस नॉन वेजिटेरियंस को बाहर रखते हैं कॉलोनीज में. ये ऐसा शहर है आप पान दुकान के पास जब अगर मैं जाऊँ पान दुकान के पास और मैं फ़र्ज़ करो 11 रुपए के लिए कुछ खरीदूँ मैं 10 रुपए उन्हें देता हूँ वो कहते कोई बात नहीं साहब 1 रुपया माफ़. लेकिन अगर एक छोटा बच्चा कहीं किसी चौल से जाएगा और वो कहेगा मुझे एक टॉफ़ी देना 1 रुपया के लिए वो कहेगा नहीं आई वॉन्ट मनी 1 रुपया लाओ. आई कैन लव दैट आई कैन रिकग्नाइज दैट आई कैन ट्राई एंड चेंज दैट बट वाई शुड आई लव इट. दैट्स नॉट अ लैक ऑफ लॉयल्टी. That's a presence of realism to understand that shit happens in this city.
आपको क्या लगता है? What do you think of this city?
I love Bombay, but I take your point. I'm critical of everywhere that I am, but I love it. And to me, it's the relationship between a human being and a city is a bit like a marriage.
Yeah.
You have a first stage, which is like the infatuation stage, and you can see no wrong in the person you're in love with, and similarly in the city that you're in love with. You're through rosy glasses and you see no wrong. And then you get into the relationship a bit more, and you start to see some faults or this or that, and you get a more realistic picture. But if the love is there, the love sustains it, and you continue. And over time, what you come to is a point of wisdom where you understand the city and the city understands you. Through my love for the city, I'm trying to redress some of the problems that I see. I'm not blind to them. But on the other hand, the city is working on me too, and the city is making me a better person.
Let's see what some journalists have to say about Greg's depiction of Mumbai city.
Okay.
Shantaram is one of the most brilliant books about Bombay that I've read. Maybe not being part of Mumbai or not having grown up in Mumbai or having no stake in Mumbai, he could tell the story of Mumbai's, in a way, ugly underbelly, the grit, the grime, but also the kindness and the compassion that the city often projects and which is never captured, at least I haven't seen it being captured, with such compelling honesty by any other writer.
I think he connected with the people on the streets. I think he was an outcast where he came from. He came here and people were generally welcoming of him. I think he felt that love and I think he returned that love.
The story of Bombay is the story of Shantaram. This is a real man's real story about a real city. And that's why Shantaram's book is going to be the best book on Bombay for as long as I'm alive. I know that.
When I read Shantaram the first time, it was a hugely self-indulgent book that was really taken by the exotica of Bombay. The middle class, which largely consumes it, has always been interested in the pornography of violence, has always been interested in crime. But one does expect that a novel like this would at least not be consumed in the way it is being consumed in Bombay, where we are all giving in to a sort of panegyric of applause over a book that is self-indulgent, far too long, and would have done much better qua book, not perhaps qua sales, if it had been 1/3 the size.
क्या आपने उनका book पढ़ा है?
I'm on page 100. जब मैंने शुरू किया था, my first reaction was, there's a foreigner who's escaped from Australia, who's sitting in Leopold Cafe with all these people, and I'm so tired of reading this stuff, I don't want to read further. You know? There's that classic, I was like, I just felt tired. I said, I know this. I know what's going to happen. But what, and here's where I disagree with Jerry on this, is what really happens after that, outside of the pornography of criminalization of Bombay and all of that stuff, I will allow him that, is his inner, the person that is narrating this tale, the person who looks at KALRA and just cannot say, I think you're beautiful, will you sleep with me, or I love you, or whatever it is that he wants to say. He just cannot, at least till where I am.
But there is no KALRA in reality, is there?
There was no KALRA, the character, but there were certainly women I fell in love with, and
there was no one KALRA.
No. KALRA's a character, created character.
And I'm trying to illustrate.
So is Lynn.
His reaction to a person like KALRA is so winning, because that kind of human being, Australian, Indian, whatever it is, that kind of human being begins to attract me. Who is this person? What goes through his mind? What the sum total of experiences he's brought to the city? How is that shaping him? That I'm finding very interesting. Very, very interesting, because I don't know where he's going to go.
You get people with your words and your prose and your poetry that you put in.
Thank you. Bless your heart. I try to do that as a writer, as an artist. And it's with respect to Jerry's comment here, and you know, I really don't mind what anyone thinks about the book, but this is the kind of thing, that comment that would lead to a criticism of Moby Dick by saying, you know, do we really need another book about whale hunting? And you know, this is the pornography of the violence of whale hunting, when the book is absolutely nothing to do with whales and whale hunting. And Shantaram is absolutely nothing to do with Bombay. It's a novel, and so it has an eternal aspect. It has a universality that is beyond that. It's talking about the exile experience, and it might as well have been Shanghai, or it could have been Taiwan, it could have been Hong Kong, it could have been America, it could have been Spain, it could have been anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter where. And to think that it is about that means you just didn't read the book, you know, that's the problem with it.
We're going to discuss a lot more, but first we're going to take a small, short break. Break के बाद some more truths in life and our times with the multi-talented Gregory Roberts and Rahul Bose.